Hey guys, Clay with 505 Motorsports. So lots of times you'll see our videos where we're highlighting some cool cars, or we're out spinning donuts and road runners or whatever it is. But we also want to do some instructional videos, maybe some videos to help answer questions for people. So stick with us. We're going to answer a question that we get a lot. How do I handle my car being upside down? So stay tuned. Do you want to be the first to know when we get new inventory? Subscribe to our email list at 505motorsportsconnect.com and receive a weekly email of our newest inventory. So one of the questions we get asked a lot at 505 Motorsports is, how can I get out of the car payment I'm in? How can I lower the car payment that I'm in? So there's a lot of different answers that go with that. Buying a car is very impulsive. So a lot of people will drive down the road, find the nice flashy, the newest thing out there, buy it, but unfortunately the new wears off. Well, the new wears off when you realize you just signed up for a very expensive car payment and you've been making a few months of that and realize, holy cow, how can I lower this payment? So there's not really a cut and dry answer, but it's simple economics. The more you finance, your interest rate, higher interest rate, lower interest rate, how long you finance it, all of those things make a big difference in what your payment is. So you come in to see us, you've got a $800 a month car payment, which, believe it or not, isn't that uncommon anymore. How do you lower that car payment? Well, the first thing any dealer is going to do is they're going to do a valuation of what is your car worth on trade. So let's say your car on trade is worth $25,000, but you still owe $30,000 on that trade. There's a saying that you've probably heard, it's called being upside down. You're upside down $5,000. What do you do with that $5,000? You can buy a new car, take the $5,000, roll it on top of the car that you're already buying, and you're going to be financing that additional $5,000 if the bank will let you finance that amount. So banks will usually only allow you to finance a car that has a book value within the wholesale to retail price point. Whether it's Kelley Blue Book, NADA, that's the value that banks go off of. So if you're trying to add $5,000 on top of a car that you're already buying, it's more than likely going to put that price to borrow above the number that the bank is willing to do. And let's look at it this way. Even if you added that $5,000 onto it, are you really doing yourself a favor? You're probably not lowering your price. Another thing that you could do is, a lot of people might try and trade that in on a new vehicle. Maybe you go to a new car dealer that has rebates. Maybe there's a $5,000 rebate on the newest Ford Fusion, Chevy Impala, Malibu, Dodge Lancer, whatever that car might be. You might be looking to take that rebate money and add it into this to help you offset the negative equity. But we always go back to simple economics. How much are you going to borrow, how long, and what's your interest rate? If your interest rate is really high, maybe you shouldn't be buying this vehicle right now. Maybe you should work on getting your credit in line, lowering that interest rate to borrow, saving some money to reduce it. But we go back to the question, what if I'm already upside down? Sometimes the banks who you're working with might refinance your loan. Maybe they'll take the amount that you're already borrowing and they'll extend it out a little bit longer. There's going to be some implications of that. You're going to pay for your loan a little bit longer, but it might lower your monthly payment. Maybe you can refinance at a lower interest rate. Maybe you can shop it at a different bank to get a lower interest rate. All of those things need to be considered when you're buying a car. I think one of the best pieces of advice that I could probably give is maybe not get a loan. Prepare yourself in the future to where you pay cash for a vehicle. Don't impulsively go out and just buy that shiny vehicle. Make sure that you save some money. Maybe you have a good down payment, or you have the whole thing paid for. Cars are depreciating assets, so keep in mind there are very few cars out there. Not very many of us can afford to buy a Ford GT, which was $150,000 new in 2005, and today that car is worth about $350,000. That's one of the very few cars out there that actually gain in value. 99% of all cars that you see on the street today are depreciating values. You need to plan for that. You're driving them, you're depreciating the car by putting mileage on it, wear and tear. You have repair bills that you're going to be responsible for, maintenance you're going to be responsible for. All of these things need to play a factor in when you are financing a car. So my advice, have a good down payment if you're going to be financing it. Maybe if you're going to finance a brand new one, be prepared to drive that car for the full term that you're going to finance it. Financing it 5 years, don't try and trade out of it in 2 years. That's going to be a real problem and you're going to be upside down. Maybe go buy a used vehicle that some of the depreciation is already taken out of. Don't finance it for a super long time. Finance it for a short time. And that way we can help you make sure you're not upside down. So lots of different factors, lots of things to consider, but contact us at 505 Motorsports. We're here to help. You don't have to buy a car from us. We're still willing to talk to you, give you some advice, give you our opinions as to what to do when you're looking to get into that new to you car, whether it's new or used, whether it's a need car. We have the saying need cars. There are cars people need to get to work, or the want car, the Ford GT that not many of us can afford to buy. We're here to help you out at 505 Motorsports. Hopefully the video helped us. Make sure you subscribe to our channel and keep ready for the next video we're going to post out. So if you dig cars like I do, make sure you subscribe to our channel so you don't miss any upcoming videos.